Okay. Hi. There's already like 6 of you waiting. That's super cool. Okay. Although I do have a little bit of a glare on this screen. Let's see. Okay. Hello. I'm working on this piece. Father Christmas with Toys. It's the Max Color version. Which is going to look gorgeous. But, difficult in the meanwhile. So, let's try to do this with minimal shaking. Which is kind of hard with this setup. I need a little bit of a different setup. But that is not what I have available to me at this moment. So, let's see. I just set this out. I have not looked at it in, I don't know when the last time I worked on this was. It's been a while. So hi. All right, we've got Sarah and Energy Lady. Alara, you're here. Hi, Christina. And Pauline and Chrissy and Bex. Jen. Sarah. We have 2 Sarahs. That could get confusing. And Lily. Alice, I don't know how to say your name, but I remember your comment on my video. Hello. It's Tahitian? Is that what you told me? Okay. I have a needle. That's good. I have some parked threads, so I guess let's work in some parked threads. Hi, Elizabeth. Okay. I can figure this out. This part, I do remember. It's really hard, Max Color, because they're all of these super light colors. And it's Max Color, so you don't have very many colors close together. Hi, Leanne. Well, welcome to this little corner of Floss Tube. We like to keep it chill around here. We talk about legit anything. Anything at all. I'm prepared tonight, though. I have prompts if I need it for whatever reason. So, this is a tree. So this is all snow, and you can actually see some treetops right here, and this is a tree. So at least you can see something on this pattern. I realized I basically need to do 400 stitches a day on this if I'm going to meet my goal by the end of the year. I don't know that that's going to happen. That is not the right spot, but good try, Suki. Mostly food if Alara and Jen are here. This is true. Hi, Misty. Alara, are you feeling better? Yesterday morning, I had a group therapy session, so we do all sorts of things on here. How do I keep track of how many stitches I've stitched? I use Pattern Keeper for this one, and Pattern Keeper tells me these things. And then at the end of my stitching day, I transfer that number into Stitch Pal. And then I can see what I need kind of overall. We just got done with dinner, had meatloaf, mashed taters, and corn. Alara's still coughing up a lung. Well, tell your lungs you need them to live. I made pumpkin pie today. And where am I stitching this? Right here. Okay. I made pumpkin pie, and one of the spices I doubled, so it is extra. I'm gonna say it's extra tasty, and it's more custardy because I added an extra egg. I'm also the only one home, so I'm not eating it all myself. That's the idea. Actually, my daughter would probably kill me if I ate it because she's the one who really wants the pumpkin pie. She asked for it around Thanksgiving, but there were too many other sweet things happening then, and we decided to wait. And now she's not here and won't be here until tomorrow evening. Whoops. So now I have to try not to eat all the food, all the pumpkin pie before she's here. I have more pumpkin. I can always do more. Microwaved taquitos and a tuna salad sandwich. Oh, I did have cucumbers and tuna. I didn't make either one of those because my daughter had tuna and had it left over, and so I used baby cucumbers. They're that big, and just scooped up the tuna. I did have something other than pumpkin pie for dinner. Sarah, who is flying on the Grand Library. I pulled the recipe from Joy of Cooking. Y'all, I'm not gonna get... Okay, hold on. Where did I just make that stitch? That one? Okay. See, if I don't mark off every single stitch, I will lose my place so easily on this chart. Because it's all very light colors, and you're moving around so much. But parking doesn't really work with 10 stitch for me. Not very... I don't like lines, and I always see lines. So I haven't really figured that one out yet. I wonder if I worked my way this way, if I always parked to the right, that may work. Hi, Lenny. Sarah's going for 1,000. Look, I guess if I put all the stitches that I did on my full coverage on one chart, I could do that. Ooh, Dragon Race into the Night. That one is a Rose Con, right? I specifically scheduled this one for all of you on the other side of the world who can't get my mornings. You can get my evenings though, so. And I finally did it. I told you guys I would do it. It just took me a while to actually get around to doing it, I guess. Not get around to, but have an evening in which I could do it. Okay. From here I can jump to... Wow, this one's gonna be a challenge for me to stitch. Okay, if I'm right there, where are these light? Oh, right here. You know how sometimes you, or maybe all the time, you can look at the stitches that are around and you can gauge where your stitch should be based on what you've already done? Yeah, that's really hard on this chart. It doesn't really help me. Let's go down this way. Somewhere here. Yeah, maybe if I try parking to the right. I think I should try this. And then I can work my way down a column, but park to the right, because, man, this is nuts. I forgot exactly how nuts the nuts was on this one. See, I'm afraid of lines. I can see vertical lines when I park down, and I see diagonal lines if I work through a diagonal. I think parking just doesn't really work with tent, but some people do it and it works fine, and I wonder if that's because they care a little less about the lines. Yes, you Australians and any New Zealanders are the ones who I specifically tried to get this. Oh, and I guess you're the Pacific people. They can't always. And littler, like anybody who works during the day. I don't know. I think this is the first time I've done an evening that, like, very specifically evening, so. I know, Larry, you prefer I'm in the evening or during afternoons. I think it is tent stitch because of the way tent stitch, like, pulls the thread. This piece has no back stitching. This is a full coverage with no back stitching. All the picture will just magically appear somehow. I'm really glad that this time frame is going to work out. I can fairly reliably do this time frame. So that's good. That's good to know that this will work out for people. Parking just may not be in the cards. It just has never worked, but okay. My puppy, who did not want to come in here earlier, now wants to come in, but I'm kind of very settled among all the everything. I can't really get up and let her in. Okay, what color is this? Um, here. Parking would just be so nice on this particular Max color. But I'm just gonna have to give up the idea. Ah. No, make sure you mark as you go, Suki. I have two different lights shining on this right now. So it's not too hard. I have one big lamp that's like over my right shoulder, and then I've got a like my travel light, my alt light shining like right here, this direction. So, and I can make it one setting brighter too if I really wanted to. Otherwise, I do think that this would be a big challenge no matter what time of day, because this part of the pattern is, I mean, like it's all of these light colors. It's lights, pinks and purples and grays and creams. They all look alike. I have a Christmas song stuck in my head, but I'm not even sure if it's a song that I listened to recently or not. But it's in my head. One, two, three. Yeah, Tahiti sounds like nice temperatures. That does sound quite nice. It's not been too cold here in Virginia, but it's colder than I want it to be. No, this is not the right place. Is it? Oh dear. Where am I looking? Right here. My puppy is very sad that she's not with me. Oh dear. I think she has FOMO right now. She wants to know what she's missing out on. Yeah, I could go for 82 degrees Fahrenheit right now. Almost marked it on the wrong orientation. Good thing you got it now instead of after you started. Okay. This is a brain workout. This particular pattern. So yesterday morning, when I was stitching live, I was feeling not really ready for like Christmas. Oops, sorry. And I made myself get ready today. I don't have anything wrapped, but I have all the things. And so now at least I have all the things. And that is like 20 steps closer than I was yesterday morning. Everyone is now checking their new starts to make sure that they're stitching the right direction. Oh dear. Alara, last year my tree went up like Christmas Eve or maybe the day before Christmas Eve. So I get that. I almost didn't put it up because at that point I was like, why even bother? And then the tree stayed up, I don't know, a really long time. But my tree always stays up a really long time. So that's not new. Your 3-year-old thinks today was Christmas, Michelle? Well, I mean, are you going to have a second Christmas in the Keys or just like it? That makes sense. Your brain was like, go back to bed. Oh, Bex, I like to hibernate in the winter. It is, I definitely slow down and don't want to do anything. I can see Alma. Oh, Jen doesn't have. Hi, Celia. How much daylight do you have right now, Celia? Your car has snow to the middle of the doors. It's a lot of snow. Honestly, yeah, put your tree up in the beginning of November. Why not? Yeah, yeah. Moving all the gifts, that's not feasible. That's good point. You're just having a Christmas season. I remember one year growing up, my dad had a job in which he traveled. Did I stitch that in there? He had a job in which he traveled, and it's really hard for me to tell what I'm stitching right now. Oh, okay. I'm gonna set that aside for a second. He had a job. He traveled, and he was gone, I think, for Christmas or like right around Christmas. So we had like a week-long Christmas. Like we opened a present every day for like a week and a half or something like that. I was very young, so I remember it, but not like I had to have been like 5 or 6. I don't remember all the details. Okay, I really think, okay, I need to put a stitch in here. Yes. And here, and then I will be on track. About 4 hours of daylight. Oh man. 9 hours is brutal, and that's what I've got. 4 hours would be so hard. I know you do have the opposite problem in the summer where you're gonna have all of that. That would be so hard. I guess if you're used to it, you're used to it. I would not be used to it because I've never lived in a place like that. Okay. See if I can get all of these like parked threads in. I don't really have like a way that I'm stitching through this though, so that's okay. I'm making this up as I go. That's what we're gonna say. You always knew where the foreigners lived because they had aluminum foil in their windows in the summer. Yeah, I'd have to have like good blackout curtains. And even then, I don't know. My body is really strongly tied to the sun. Like it will wake up with the sun even with blackout curtains. It'd be interesting to see what it would do in a place that had 24 hours of sunlight. Bum, 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 ba-dum, da-dum, dum. This year, to save me from tears, we'll give it to someone special. What if I just like randomly stitched and parked threads? I wouldn't get lines then, right? I don't. It's so hard to know where I'm supposed to be going. These two? Right above these two? Right here, right above these two. Maybe I'd sleep with the moon. Sometimes. Well, we'll see. Alara. When you learned it was actually a thing, it freaked you out. Oh dear. But you still catch my eye. Tell me, baby, do you recognize me? Well, it's been a year, it doesn't surprise me. I did actually get to open a Christmas present today, like an hour and a half ago. And it matches this project for me, actually. Because this is like a Christmassy project, and that is like ornately Christmassy. So that's going right there. I'm glad you could drop in. I feel like we'll be here for an hour and a half at least, or 2 hours or something. 2 hours total. We'll see. We'll see how late I can stay up. How's that? Anyway, yes, and it's got like this little cute chain that's dangling. Doesn't it look so festive and Christmassy? It just seems like it ought to live on a Christmassy project. At least for now. Oh dear. What? That one. Here we go. I want a hippopotamus for Christmas. Apparently, the later in the day it gets, the more random I get. Because that's what it feels like right now. Is that all the random things are popping in my head that don't in the much earlier hours of the day. Or maybe it's that I always have random things and I'm just like they're popping out a lot more. Well, it's been a year. Doesn't surprise me. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so we have a choice of prompts. Oh, and this is the back of the needle minder. It's a little button. It says handmade with love, but that's fun. Oops, wrong way. What was I saying? Oh, choice of prompts. I have would you rather questions or what is going on with this? It's like twisted funky. Oh, I think the chain when they put it on is twisted. Anyway, that's fine. What do I have? Would you rather questions. I have or we can talk Christmas music or Christmas movies, or we could talk like holiday food around the world. I saw. What's the mood tonight? What are we feeling? Oh, there's a lot of that color, but that's not the color I was trying to press. This one. Food. It could be really boring because I feel like I haven't tried a lot of different foods. But this could be a really good crowd to educate me on holiday foods because I probably will have no idea what these are. It's I'm pulling this from list challenges. Where is it? Christmas foods. Where's the Christmas foods? There's a lot of different lists. I don't know which one to do. Christmas foods and which one is the one around the Christmas foods around the globe? There's 157 things on this list. Christmas movie, Emma Otter's Jugman. I remember you telling me that before, and I did find it on a service. I saved it. I haven't watched that one yet, though. Music, Neil Diamond's Christmas album. I don't know that I've listened to that one specifically. Okay, let me get a few stitches in, and then I will tell you what this food thing tells me. What is... Oh. I'm stitching in my part 3. Okay, good. My bad. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Wow, this is like a really light color. I can't even tell that I stitched that. And I just watched it go into the fabric. It's not white either. It's a light gray. Okay. Oh. That's all that's close. Muppets Family Christmas. I just saw that one well, I didn't watch it. I saw that existed today. Hi, Joyce. Is it normal to travel long distances? Okay, that completely depends on your preference as a stitcher. Hold on, let me find. You'll see on this one that there are some really long travels. I would never travel like this now. I did this in like 2019, 2019, I think. I would never travel that distance at this point. That's way too long. Now I usually just travel like one square over. Each of these squares is 10 stitches wide. I think the common recommendation is maybe up to 1 inch of traveling, but it's really just personal preference, I think. Oh, Christmas music, Trans-Siberian Orchestra. That is, I've been to one of their concerts. It's a very loud concert. It was fun though. But yes, I do. I like them. I grew up with the Muppets Christmas Carol. Um, Not only do I know all the songs, but I can quote large chunks of it, and I do so every time I watch it. My daughter's used to it by now. Luckily, well, I don't she might mind, but she knows better than to say that she minds, I guess. One thing I really like about the Muppets Christmas Carol is how much it, um, takes from the book in terms of actual words. So, it's fun. And then, of course, when you are reading, 'cause my family, would, read it aloud every year, and I've done so most years since becoming an adult, and then you start reading and quoting Muppets Christmas Carol, so now you have, like, a mashup of the 2. David and the Elves. I haven't watched that one. Um, it dropped one of the original scenes. Um, it kinda always has been dropped, but you can also still get it. My DVD version has both on there. The reason that they dropped it, I think it's the theatrical version that has it dropped, is because there's no Muppets in it, and they thought that they would lose their audience because there was no Muppets in it. My youngest brother, like, Muppets Christmas Carol was one of the movies he would fall asleep to. That and Pirates of Penzance. So those are 2 movies that we all learned very, very well. You can fit through those bars? Yeah. You are such an idiot. What? What? Hey, what? It is the American way. Oh, oh, it is the British way. 'Tis the season to be short, merry, and joyous. La la la. There's your sneak preview of Muppets. Marley was dead to begin with. Pardon me? That's how the story begins, Rizzo. Marley was dead to begin with. As dead as a doornail. Charles Dickens was a 19th century novelist, a genius. Oh, you are too kind. I know the story of the Christmas Carol like the back of my hand. Prove it. All right. There's a little mole on my thumb and a scar on my wrist while I fell off my bike when I. No, 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 no. Don't tell us your hand. Tell us your story. It is. I don't actually. I have no idea what it is. I don't think it's acrylic. I'll show you the back of it so you can see. It's not acrylic because my other one's acrylic. It's a metal kind of thing. I don't obviously know my materials very well. The chain, however, it was twisted when it was put on. I might ask my daughter to fix it. This one, however, is acrylic, and it's sparkly. I don't know if it'll show the sparkle on the camera. Ooh, it is a little bit. It's sparkly. I can tell you where it came from on my next floss tube video because the information's over here. They were gifts to me, but they send their business name along, so I do have that information. Okay, I pulled up this food list and then we started talking about Muppets, so we didn't get very far. You're welcome. I just don't remember their names off the top of my head. This one came in it came in a little bag that was in a little box that was wrapped up in wrapping paper and then put in like a little mailer. It was the cutest thing. The little bag just is like the size of it. I didn't even know you could get bags that small, but apparently you can. Today's Christmas movie that I watched was chosen because I saw Abigail Hunt. Is that her name? That might not be her name. But she is on the show Blue Bloods, and I've never seen her in anything else. But now I can't say that anymore because now I've watched this Christmas movie. It was Christmas in Vermont. So I can see that this camel. It's not the same kind of material as a fragile ornament. It's more sturdy than that. Hey, look, I've managed to get 150 stitches in so far. I would say that that's not bad. Not bad. Oh, it does have like that kind of shiny. Yeah. It's not as thin, but it's a cutie. I love it. The person who gifted it to me knows me very well. Okay, so the first food on this list says, oh dear, I didn't think about how I'd have to pronounce these foods. Okay, it says pan, I think it's pan dolce, which is sweet bread, right? Pan is bread, dolce is like a sweet thing. That's what the picture looks like right there. Search for this on Google. That sounds fancy. Pan dolce, literally meaning sweetbread, yes, is the general name for a variety of Mexican pastries. Ingredients. It's a fluffy butter brioche-like dough topped with a streusel topping that is scored. Well, I have probably had it, or a version of it. Asians have a version of that. That is not the right spot, Suki. Wow, and this, okay. There you go. I think the name of the game with this chart is like slow and steady. Oh dear. It doesn't sound like it has caramel in it. That's cute that that's what your husband calls you. My ankle just got really, really itchy, and that's very distracting right now. You just don't know Spanish. Dolce, I don't know a lot of Spanish, but I guess I knew dulce de leche. And so that's where I pulled that knowledge from. I don't know where I'm supposed to be going with this, right? Here. Here. Well, yeah, dulce de leche is like your sweetened milk, so it does have that caramel flavoring. So, sweet. Dolce. Yep. Caramel is sweet. It's an inaccurate nickname. I mostly, I think, know Dolce from music, so I just don't often see it there. I don't know what made my ankle so itchy. I think it's really cool how languages all share. Maybe not all languages, but there's a lot of languages that share. Like their roots and stuff. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Is it on that one? This chart apparently is one where I can stitch or talk, but I can't do both. So that'll be interesting. I think it's because if I stop to talk, I feel like I'm gonna lose my place. Far too easily. Okay, the next one says asado. It's a meat. But it has like, no, I don't, I want, it's Argentina. Asado is the technique and the social event of having or attending a barbecue in various South American countries, especially Argentina, Chile, Paraguay, and Uruguay, where it is also a traditional event. So it looks like grilled meat. That's what it looks like. Oops. That is a holiday food. Here's cider, but does it mean like a the alcoholic cider, probably. Russian salad, it looks like a potato salad. That one. I know it's all blurry and stuff, but Russian salad. Oh, ham? Is that ham? Ingredients. Carrots, waxy potatoes, a mug full of frozen peas. That is a mug full. What is it? A measurement. Carne asado is usually like done with cilantro, so I can't eat it. But it smells good. Let's see. Gherkins, mayonnaise, parsley. So it's like chunked salad. Yeah, it's like a potato salad, Russian style. Potatoes, carrots, pickles, boiled eggs, sweet peas, onions, and bologna or ham, with a simple dressing of mayonnaise, salt, and pepper. I can't say I've had that particular version of it, of that kind of a salad anyway. Where's the vodka on this list? Are you asking where's the vodka on this list of food? That was number 4 out of like 157. Like, I got a stitch here too, right? Right? I don't even know where this is. That's dangerous. Shoot. Where is this? Oh, it's right here. I know where it is. I didn't mark it. And then I talked about food. I made a dangerous choice is what I did. Maybe one of these food ideas will spark what I'll make at Christmas, because all that Kaylin and I have decided is that it should be chicken. And that's a very vague thing. Oh, or shrimp, I think. I think she said she would like shrimp or chicken. You can tell that I'm clearly on top of life right now. What's really good is whenever I do my 2023 planning video, you'll see exactly how on top of life I am. By the way, that video is like, oh, in the Russian potato salad, where's the vodka? Apparently not in that version. They used all the potatoes in the salad, none left to make the vodka. That's so funny. Priorities. Oh man. Ugh, that was funny. This is going to be one of those stitching sessions where you can't tell that I stitched anything. Like I'll have 2 hours of proof and still, until it makes the picture on this chart, you can't tell. Somebody yesterday said though, like, I'm here for the chit chat. It doesn't matter at all what you're stitching on. Which is so sweet. Oh, I was gonna say, my Tracy, it was you. I was just thinking about you. And talking about you, but without your name, because I didn't know if you were here. But you're here. Hi. I was gonna say about my 2023 planning video. It's not like I have everything together. Here's my plans. It's gonna be like, guys, let's make my plans. It's gonna be that kind of a video. You have arrived. You have arrived. So it's going to be like, I'm just going to spew forth all my thoughts and make some decisions on the camera, and we'll see how that goes. It could be interesting. Or you could be like, oh, that girl doesn't know how to make decisions. She can't decide anything. And you would be right. Let's say, okay, so the next food on this list is Waldorf salad. I have had that. However, well, I like Waldorf salad with like all the chunky things. My daughter does not like celery in it, so I don't normally do celery, but I like apples and the grapes and nuts in it. I especially like to put cashews in it. And dried cranberries. So, I don't close. So I can say that I've had Waldorf salad. So I've gone through 5 and I've checked 1. Pianono salado? I don't. It's like a wrap thing with decor on the outside? Spontaneous planning with the peanut gallery. Yes. Pianono salado. Well, it's Spanish, Mexican. I don't know what ethnicity this is, but it's all of these words are Spanish. Can I have English? Traditional. I feel like, okay, so it's like a roll, but I can't tell if it's like a cake roll, like a pumpkin roll would be, but it's like savory. It's got like egg and meat in it. I just feel like if let's find a recipe for this. Oh, they don't have any. That's not helpful. Let's go back to Google. Yeah, this definitely doesn't look like that. It looks like a deli meat, kind of like thinly sliced, rolled up. Oh, here's a good picture. It's got like lettuce and tomato and egg. Oh, and of course, now you're not going to show it to me. Unrolled. Paulina Cochina is going to, in Spanish, tell me all about it. Vamos con eso. Okay. So it's a roll of some kind, and it's got hard-boiled egg and lettuce and tomato. That must be a cheese on top, like a crumble. And it's got meat. It looks like maybe 2 different kinds of meat slices. Let's have Google translate this page to English for me. In some parts of the world, this food is known by other names such as gypsy arm, roll, queen arm, rolled, Swiss roll. Oh, Swiss roll is what I was trying to think of. Trunk, etc. It can be found under different names, but in all cases it is the same thing, a thin sheet of sponge cake filled with different sweet or savory preparations. So yeah, so it's like your pumpkin roll base, but then has a lot of different things. In this case, they're talking like tomato, ham, cheese, olives, mayonnaise or other sauce, hearts of palm, hard-boiled egg, chicken, tuna. Can we go down to where? So here's a picture of it like unrolled, and then they just roll it up. I'm sure there's a skill to it. I have never had that before. I've never even heard of that before. So there's a new thing. I'm not sure that I was saying the name correctly at all. I'm sure I wasn't. Salado, sure, but is it? I'm trying to think of what the PIO sounds are in Spanish, and I don't know Spanish well enough to bring any to mind right now. Okay, I will stitch the rest of this out. And then talk more food. I just don't know enough of those foods to be able to do both. Okay, 1, 2, this down, up. So right here. In 24 hours from now, I will be finishing up a chorale performance. Which is a fun thing to do. It's a lot of work. It's what I've been playing piano for them. Hey, Jessica. How is it having your daughter back home? It will not be videoed. I don't think anyway. I've not heard that it will be. Not really sure why not. It's a free concert, so it seems like it should be. But I rock out at the piano. There's a lot of challenging songs for me, like fast songs, and lots of different styles. And one song, an a cappella trio that I'm singing in. I sing the middle part, the second soprano part, and it's in Latin, which is fun. Your mama heart is full. That's good. Good. We have been kind of meandering through talking about food, about Christmas food throughout the globe. And so far, out of 6 of them, I've had one. The miga. It looks like another sandwich, but like deckard sandwiches. You know what? My phone has its blue light filter on. It would probably be easier for you to see if it wasn't. So it's like white bread, ham, eggs, cheese, tomatoes, green peppers, lettuce. Oh, maybe it's just that they're stacked. All the pictures look like this, where they look like they're super stacked, but I think it's just that they're sandwiches. So this is like 4 sandwiches in one, like stacked. So they're not actually like that. Sandwiches de miga are crustless. Miga is a word meaning crumb, as in the internal part of the bread without the crust. It's very popular in Uruguay, Argentina, and Chile. It does look like it has like a bread in between, so it's like 3 layers of bread. Your outsides and then like your one inside layer. Thanks for joining, Celia. 1:30 a.m. I would say that's time to sleep. Ham. Look, number 8 is ham. I've had ham. I'll mark that as having eaten. 2 out of 8. I don't know if that's good or not. Turkey. I've had turkey. Chicken. I've had chicken. Stuffing. I've had, but I don't like all stuffing indiscriminately. I don't like soggy stuffing. Like, soggy bread is not a tasty thing to me. don't usually make stuffing. I can't tell where I'm supposed to be stitching this at all. Right here? Yes, right there. And then right here. These light colors are killer. Like, you can see these darker ones. Like, this is his hat. And so I know that this sky, like, comes up here, or the background. Where's the picture? Oh, the picture's way over here. Boy, come here. Like, you can see his hat right there. And it comes all the way down. And then this big chunk over here. But it is kind of fun that page 1 is like here. Like, that's the edge of his hat over right there. I just gotta get through this page somehow. And then I can have a like kind of a break if I do like a diagonal kind of pages. It can get switched up in the colors. Blue skies all day long. Blue skies from now on. I've been working on the railroad all the livelong day. I've been working on the railroad just to pass the time away. Can't you hear the whistle blowing? Rise up so early in the morn. Thanks, Michelle. I'm glad you could join. Have a good time at the keys if I don't. Yeah, have a good time at the keys. Dinah, won't you blow? Dinah, won't you blow? Dinah, won't you blow your horn? Someone's in the kitchen with Dinah. Someone's in the kitchen, I know. Someone's in the kitchen with Dinah, strumming on the old banjo. B5 fiddly-I-O. B5 fiddly-I-O. Oh, oh, oh. Man, this is probably the reason why I don't do lives late at night. I mean, it's not even late at night. It's 8:25 p.m. It's not even late. And I'm like, a little crazy. Thanks for joining. Enjoy your really warm weather. You're stitching on Fairy Dust by Elizabeth Welker. You haven't heard that song since before I was born. This is Father Christmas with Toys by Yvonne Gilbert. This is the max color version because I'm crazy. Did I already... no, I didn't. It's right here. Strumming on the open Joe. I don't even have little kids. My daughter's 13 now. Her birthday was on Monday. And my birthday present to her was getting her ears pierced. That surprised her. She was very excited. And I don't have any pictures because I don't. I am using Pattern Keeper, yes, Misty. My tablet is off to my right side. You'll adjust, Alara. It'll be fine. I mean, the only thing you can really be sure of is that there will always be change. I was losing it because I'm going rogue. No, it's just because it's max color and like there's no stitches like right next to each other, and all the colors are very light in this section, and the fabric is white. It's just challenging. It's more challenging than my like treasure hunt bookshelf. Like my supersize max color is easier than stitching this. Right, like every color I've stitched on tonight has been a different color, but they've all been, like I said, it's like all of these light blues, pinks, purples, and grays. You can tell that there's some darker ones, just not very many. Where'd my needle go? Oh, back here. Yes. Oh, Leanne, our daughters are really close in age then. Yeah. My daughters used, well, I guess I've let her grow up with makeup. Like she put it on me, and it was a long time before I let her it's really been in the last year I think that she's starting to wear it on her own, and last year I gave her makeup brushes. I remember that. So, but it was still something that kind of came and went, and now she's getting more into that, into the makeup. Um, Nothing really dramatic or anything. She she isn't a dramatic person. It could help that I'm not a dramatic person either. Like the makeup that I wear isn't often like full face, like contouring and everything. I don't do stuff like that. If I wear makeup, it's just to enhance, or because, like, especially on film, it can look better, or pictures. But most of the time, I don't wear makeup. Yeah, that's basically my daughter. Kaylin is really pretty neutral in her clothing even. She doesn't wear a lot of color in her clothes. And when she does, it's they're more like earth, maybe not earth tones, but like just soft colors. It makes it interesting when it's like dance recital time and we have to figure out how to make sure that we put on enough makeup for the stage. Like I keep a blue eyeshadow just for stage makeup, like recital makeup. I should have Kaylin come back on a floss tube video sometime. She probably doesn't want to, though. Should just have her say hello. It's been a while. I don't think she's been on since like maybe a year ago. Like maybe my third video. She edits most of them though. She edits most of my videos. So she's up to date on my projects a lot of the time. because she'll see them in her editing. I'm down to the last parked thread. I know, and this one actually kind of fills in a lot. Though I still have to follow the pattern because I can't actually tell where I've stitched and where I haven't stitched just by looking at the pattern or the project. Like, is that fabric or is it a white stitch? I don't know. The pattern keeper will tell me. Okay, I'm going to pull up one of the would you rather questions because I think that will be easier than food. The food gets distracting. Look, here's one that says Christmas cakes. Like, what even is Christmas cakes specific? I mean, I have had something like that anyway. Oh, but then, of course, here's more. Christmas pudding. I have actually had Christmas pudding before. I've had custard. It's delicious. Gingerbread cookies. Never had champagne. I've had a trifle and pavlova. Prawns. Prawns is on here. Mince pie. I've had it. I've even made it. Brazil nuts. Okay, this is not what I said I was going to do. Would you rather? Would you rather go into the past and meet your ancestors or go into the future and meet your great-great-grandchildren? Oh, um, I don't know. I don't know. Would I rather go meet my ancestors or my great-great-grandchildren? I think I'm being pulled to say great-great-grandchildren, but I'm not sure why. I don't have a reason for saying that. Okay, that's a good point. So the past is going to have like information or like something that might benefit me in my life. And maybe the reason why I'm thinking the future is because maybe I could have some kind of an influence on the future. Whereas the past is the past. Like I don't have any influence on the past, but maybe I can have influence on the future. I do like hearing about the past though, so and like I think there's some things that have been lost from the past. That would benefit us to know. All right, I finished all these park threads. So how do I now tackle this piece? I don't know. I no longer know what to do. Oh, Catherine is defaulted to the past, so no children. That would, yeah. Jen knows things. Jen, tell me what you know. Then I can know it too. The future, I think the future does scare, but um we are also somebody's future, right? Like we're living in what other people saw the uh we are somebody's future. And maybe that scared them as well. Start with a symbol to the top left, work it down through the page till it ends. I think that's what I had been doing. And then I think I needed to see something, which is why I was working down here, but then column lines, so I wanted to stop. The typewriter method, oh, you're gonna have to remind me. Isn't that like working back and remind me what the typewriter? I almost always will pick like a top color and then go. My treasure hunt bookshelf, I turn on the diagonals and I pick like the top left in that diagonal and work, but I will work it anywhere that the thread reaches. One color and work it through. Okay. See, all of this, I actually started the entire piece extreme cross country, starting with the smallest stitches. And then I didn't like how I couldn't anchor any threads. Like this is a waist knot and it drives me insane. You got nothing to share. This is totally out of your wheelhouse. That's okay. Full coverage is a challenging thing, as you can tell. Okay, let's find what is the top. Wait, but are we talking like the top left going across a column, or like down the column, or on the diagonal? Because if I were to go across, my top symbol is like here, but a diagonal would be like down here. My challenge is that it's 10th stitch. So I kind of have to cross country if I don't want. Well, my top left corner is done. The top row is completely done. The second row is almost all the way done. If you get lost, then that's a great thing. See, when I don't have decisions made on how to work through something, this is the kind of thing that goes through my head. What do I do? What do I do? Okay, you know what? We're going to do this one. 3072. Are you looking forward to my planning video now? Because this is the kind of thing that we're going to. This kind of mentality. Oh, look, it's a light, what color is this? Green. It's a light green. A very pale green. Times 100. Genital error. You're saying the same thing. It's so funny. Oh gosh. Okay, I picked a thing. Now I need to actually find where it is on here. Here? I think it's here. Here. Okay, I'm just gonna like stitch this thread out until it's done, and then I'm gonna pick a different color though, because that is probably how I roll. Well, that's what I do on my treasure hunt bookshelf, so. Next, would you rather question, would you rather have more time or more money? The answer is time, but money sounds, no. I'm pretty certain I would say more time. But that's a tricky one because like, would I just want to fill the time? Like, would the time just fill up and still feel like you don't have enough time? If I had more money, there's a lot of things I would do with that money. I know many things that I would do with money. Good things. Like, I would buy all the fabric and floss and then visit all the people overseas and deliver presents. More time, but I won't have the time to spend it. I don't know. I guess I just think like what I don't even know what's oh yes. I was trying to find where I was marking. I'm trying to mark my chart. That's what I'm doing. Okay. Like I feel like I don't have enough time, but would having more time make me feel more fulfilled? What would I do with that more time? Why is it that I don't that I feel like I don't have enough time now? Am I doing a lot of like unnecessary things in my life? Or maybe things that I feel are necessary but really aren't? Would it just be more time in which to like be busy and stressed in? That doesn't sound fun. Don't look at this particular Haid as like I don't know, as an example of all of them. This one is a challenge, but it is also my most challenging one. The other ones aren't as challenging. But it doesn't mean that it is for everyone. It's a commitment, that's for certain. See, Donna, I like the way you're thinking here. If you had money, you could hire people to do things that would then free up your time. And it would help with like the less stress thing, which is important to me. And if it was replacing your job, yep. See? I had so much fun with my first Mill Hill kit. Can't wait to do another one. Jen's changing your answer. I don't think that, it's not that money can make you happy, but what you do with it, just kind of like more time isn't necessarily going to be the answer either. It's what you're going to do with that, whatever more is. I'm wishing I brought some of my pumpkin pie up here, but I didn't think about that when I was setting up. Dun, 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 dun. I'm not that old, Joyce, and I'm finding that I'm fairly selective at times. Just not as selective as if I were, even older. I'm working on, hold on. I need to mark where I'm at. Okay. This Father Christmas with toys, max color version. It's Yvonne Gilbert. And I love him. But it's a challenge to stitch. Oh man. If I had money, the maid could bring me some pie. If my daughter were here, I could have her bring me some pie. If I had... Oh man. I like even had my filling to crust ratio was off a little bit, so I put the extra filling in like little mini muffin tins, like the silicone muffin tins, and, like, it's perfect. You just, like, scoop it out with a spoon and eat it, and it's delicious. You probably eat more of that than you would an actual piece of pie, but and it is more custard-like because of the extra egg. I don't know if my daughter will like it, but I have more ingredients if she's like, "I wanted it more like a regular pie." "'Kay, thanks, Mom." And I'll be like, "Make it yourself." She could. She could make it herself. I mean, you do live in a very different place than here. Um, I know in the South, well, I live in Virginia, which is, kind of on the border of North versus South. And they do sweet potato pie a lot here instead of pumpkin, which is fine. I grew up like pumpkin pie was my favorite pie growing up. I think because it can be sweet, but it's not usually super sweet. And I really like the flavors in it. I don't like pumpkin spice everything, but I like pumpkin pie a lot. It's very easy to make too. My pumpkin puree is a homemade puree from a home, well, my it's a homegrown pumpkin that my mother grew, not me. But it was like a 35-pound pumpkin that I I cut up and made some of it into puree and some of it is not pureed, just so I could have like option as to how I used it. So it was fun to just be able to pull out some of that puree and thaw it and then make a pie with it. I do have a lot of pumpkin in my freezer, though, because of it. I mean, the pumpkin puree is literally just like softened pumpkin and puree. I think I even pureed it in my blender. I, yeah, I just boiled it. Oh no, I made it two different ways. I did boil one set and then I used my Instant Pot for the next set because I got smart. But either way, I stuck it in my blender and just blended it all up and then I froze them in like I have like ice trays that are cubes and it's like 2 tablespoons each. And so I froze them in that cube form, which was perfect. Okay. Where's my needle? I keep leaving my needle on the back. color complete page by page. So that's what I started with on this page was, and that's why I have all of these like speckles down here. But because they're all so light, like it's all like this. It's really hard to see where you're supposed to be stitching. Parking would be perfect, but I can't on 10 stitch. It doesn't work for me very well. Messes up my tension. I'm actually stitching the same light green color this next thread. If I can find where I start from. All right. Would you rather have a rewind button or a pause button on your life? Pause button. I would definitely prefer a pause button. I would have questions about how the rewind works. Like, does rewind work? All right, Catherine's a pause as well. Because if you rewind, are you also forgetting what just happened? Or are you rewinding while keeping your memory of what happened? And what about everybody else who's involved? Like, are they also rewinding with the knowledge that it's rewinding, or are they losing all that knowledge? Otherwise, you could just be replaying the same like situation over and over and over again, and that does not sound fun. But a pause button would allow for growth. I suppose unless your pause also paused your brain and you were just frozen, like completely. That wouldn't work very well. In which case, does it matter if you rewind or pause? Because maybe these are prime examples of how I don't surface think. Is it overthinking? I don't know. Well, that's what, see, I don't, that's my question, Joyce. Like, if you're rewinding, would you be able to change unwanted circumstances? Like, would you keep the memory of what led to that unwanted circumstance? Or would the situation just play out again because you don't have the memory of it? I guess these are conversation starters, so you're supposed to ask the deep questions. Life is best when it's not predictable or repairable. See, I think the pause though would be helpful for me because I need the extra processing time. Having extra processing time would be helpful. I should say that. See, I don't know. Would I have the extra processing time, like, or would my brain also be frozen in a pause? I don't know. I guess I would have questions on those exact things. A pause will suspend what's happening, but does it also suspend your brain? Like, how frozen is the pause? How deep does that go? And it is a would you rather. I feel like I have to pick a would you rather question. Okay, I can't say that because other would you rathers I've definitely said I can't pick. I might never decide to move forward. See, okay, so processing for me isn't necessarily like, let me make a decision. It's like it's just intaking all, like, the sensory stuff. That's to me, that's what I mean when I'm saying processing. I'm not necessarily saying, like you know how, like, you go to, like, a really busy place, like a mall at, like, in the evening when everybody's out, and there's so many there's so much to intake in a place. Like, there's a lot of sounds, there's a lot of sights. If things could just pause a and I could just intake the visual without the sound, then when it unpaused, I could handle that situation a lot better. That's the kind of processing that I was thinking of. Maybe that's where statues come from, unpaused people. No, the statues would be the paused people. Did you need to pause when you were typing that? Is that or the rewind? Typing faster than you were thinking. We figured it out. We knew what you meant. Oh, yeah. That would be really helpful for that situation. That's a good use of the rewind. Hey, Sonia. Volunteering at the bird sanctuary. That's awesome. I don't actually have like a I'm gonna stop at this point moment, which could be dangerous. When I'm stitching on my treasure hunt bookshelf, there's always a definite like 600 stitches and I stop. But I don't have that on this piece. I need to stitch 4,000 by the end of the year, so that doesn't help me right now in this session though. Yeah. La, 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 Beauty is a tree, sunlight's about 1,000, joining the parade. I feel like I haven't put in any more of the darker tree colors tonight. But that could be false because I don't even know what I've stitched really. We have all night. You can have all night. I gotta sleep. I cannot do an epic long 4,000 stitch live stream. That would, oh boy. That would be forever long. Then I need more money so I can have the maid, housekeeper, like somebody to bring me my food and to do the dishes and to take care of my pets. I'd probably need somebody to sleep for me. There's a company in Providence that rents out living statues. Your son is a gargoyle. Interesting. Well, I guess they have like the street performer statues too. I'm not actually sure where this stitch is. It's this one. Okay. Where to go from here? This piece feels like chaos to me. I don't like the feeling of chaos. And until it's like done, it doesn't feel, I don't know. It just constantly feels like chaos. Well, the bookshelf lends itself really well to stitching in small sections because of the way that it has its scenes. So I can choose a scene and I can work in a very methodical way within that scene. But this doesn't have like that same kind of a section. I guess I can break up a page, but I'm like, that's kind of, I think, where I was going with the page was that the page could be like a section of the bookcase, but I don't know, it feels too big. picking a color and cross-countrying it out, that's kind of the same approach, though. I also don't want to end up with like lines, like page lines and stuff. So keeping it strictly within a page isn't going to work. And it doesn't, like, it definitely goes outside of the pages. You just can't tell because they're really light colors. I mean, this whole thing is confetti, whether I'm in like a square or a column or like the whole page. So, one of the challenges is tent stitch. It's not very, for me personally, it works best if I cross country. So doing things by block or by column, it starts leaving lines everywhere. I've tried it. I've tried them in columns and it gets lines. I haven't tried horizontal, but Jen said that she got lines doing that. I've tried it like in a diagonal and I've gotten diagonal lines. It's very frustrating that there doesn't seem to be a way to approach tent stitching that's good with something like this. Like that a parking method would work on it. Unless I just like randomly parked, perhaps. Like randomly travel and then just randomly park. I don't know if that would even work. And well, park just wherever I needed that stitch to just okay, so here's my thinking. 10 stitch isn't twice as fast as full crosses, but it is faster. Like it still takes the same amount of time to load up your, like to find your color and load up your needle. But I am significantly faster like 10 stitching than I am when I do full cross. It's just not double when you take into account finding your thread and loading up your needle as well. I've tried something like Royal Rose, but it still has the same. I experienced the same problem where there's lines still form for me. I got column lines. Yeah, I don't have trouble with tent stitching. I do understand that the transition into tent stitching can be a challenging one. I've never had to I've never struggled that, I guess, that aspect of it. Because anyway, I don't know why it is, but my brain works with that. Jen, to your comment, if you randomly travel and park, then why not just finish the thread? Okay. So my thinking is that if I just randomly traveled within a section and then still parked outside that section, um, it allows me to break down a section even more and then still have a way to park, but still kind of be random. Like, I don't know what that would be, like a cross country I mean, chaos. That's what it would be. But with progress. There may be no, like, great way to work through this, and I may just have to be okay with that. I think I feel slow doing this because it is a slower it's slower than my bookshelf. Right, I think that's where, like, I mean, when I say specific section, I just mean a smaller section, but, like, even this page, like, I'm still going outside the lines, a very loose feathering. Nothing in a very specific, defined way. I know this if somebody were to ask me questions about full coverage, like they were looking to get into full coverage, I would not show them this piece. This would not be the one that I would introduce people on. Because it's a challenge. I mean, a smaller section would be just kind of like a mini page, right? Um, maybe. Am I enjoying working on I actually really like the challenge of trying to figure this piece out. Um, because it makes me get better at and have to think through things that I haven't had to on my other pieces. I don't hate working on it. Actually, I'm not sure that I've ever hated working on a piece. Even Under the Sea, which is my non-full coverage that you may remember, um, it was really fiddly and it wasn't it got frustrating, but I didn't hate it. I just kind of want to figure out a good approach to this piece, and I don't feel like I have done that yet. And maybe a good approach is simply get the stitches in any way you can, and then you'll be done. And I wonder if it'll feel different once I'm in, like, not these light colors, because these light colors really are challenging. Confetti light colors. They all look the same. And it's going to look amazing when it's done. They always do. Any parking method is going to have that like starting and stopping all the time thing. Here. I do enjoy cross-country stitching, I think the most. But not necessarily extreme cross-country. I've done that. And I like it, but I also like seeing the picture come together a little quicker than it's going to an extreme cross-country. I think that's kind of where like my bookshelf. It's a small enough section that I can cross country one thread at a time, but I can also see the picture come together. Like I really like that I can see this tree here. And I can see little treetops peeking out here. But all of this, like that looks like nothing to me right now. I think that we're on to something. That maybe I just need to break this into smaller. Like maybe each page can be like 4 pages instead. We wore your phone battery out. I really like the look of diagonal stitching. It's possible that it can work with tent stitching, but I would have to start in a different corner. And I've not given that a try yet. But doing it from this corner with my diagonals the way that they go, diagonal stitching doesn't work. What time is it? It's 9:30. What have I stitched? Y'all, I've done 400. What? 434 stitches. In 2.5 hours? That's higher than I was expecting to see. But the first two rows are all finished. The top one was already finished, and the second one was mostly finished. But yeah, that's like 400 stitches throughout this entire page, so it doesn't look like I really did anything. Well, let's push this up to 500 for fun, and it makes a nice even number to stop on. I mean, to aim for. Okay, you're tent stitching on the diagonal. Do you have lines? Do you see diagonal lines? But then I also want to know, like, how, like, which way are your tents facing, and which way are you doing the diagonal? I've only tried diagonal from the top left corner, and my tent stitches go bottom right, top left, and that will leave me a diagonal line. Maybe I could just be bothered less by the lines and I'd be happy, but I don't know, I see them and they bother me. They don't bother me in other people's work, just my own. I have no idea. Third line. One, 20, 30, about here. Here? Is this where I need to be? I'm trying to find where my empty spot is. Right here. Right there. All right. Okay, you tent from... You're welcome, Sarah. I'm glad. Look, I'm glad I could get this. We'll do more of them in next year at this time. I promise. There's so many factors to stitching, you know? That's... I've been learning. Okay. We're connected back to the chat. Great. There's back, everyone. Did I turn into a gerbil? I see the chat still going, but it disconnected me and then had to reconnect me. So I don't know what to do about that. Okay, I'm back. Good. I don't know what happened. It disconnected my chat but then said nothing else. I don't... So I don't know. It reconnected the chat there, so. My tent stitch looks complete to my eye because it's my top leg of my full cross, not my bottom leg. But a lot of people do their bottom leg and not their top leg. It's personal. It really is personal preference. Now, because of that, I have no idea where I am on my chart. Nah, because the chat went all wonky and okay, I know where I am. I'm right here. See, it hurt my head to do the bottom leg because it didn't look finished. That's why I did it with my top leg. See how interesting our brains are? It's fascinating to me. Well, that was a quick tuck in, Jen. Like, hurry, get in bed. Mama's talking. I can't miss anything. Did you just throw him in and slam the door behind you? That was kind of my mental imagery that was going on in my head. Y'all, I can't tell if I did those stitches or not. Blah, blah, blah. What am I? Where is this? I did that stitch. Good job, Suki. Good job doing that stitch. But I didn't do that one. Okay. It was always going from bottom left to upper right. That's true, plus that canvas is the same. Bottom left to upper right. I just couldn't. And now I'm too used to it. I would not be able to switch at this point. Are you doing your diagonal from the top left of your pattern, Tracy? And are you doing half cross, so on the back your thread is going vertical? I'm wondering if I were to um, if I were to start at the upper right, because my diagonals face the other way. I wonder if I started at the upper right and worked that way, um, if it would do no lines. What causes the lines? It has to do with mm, like the tension and the way that it it pulls your fabric threads. Um, like if you were to stop on a hard line, it can pull all your threads this way, but then your next set of lines would like pull it the other way, so it would kind of create kind of this divot, like a division. I hope that's making sense. Okay, I'm glad that makes sense. Yeah, the beginnings of 10 stitch can look kind of funky. I totally get that. Your husband's not wrong. Uh, so now I'm wondering if I should try going from the left or going from the right. Oh, I'm gonna have to play around with this. I'll have to give that a try. Uh, because this is stitching this way is doable. Obviously, it's doable. I'm doing it, but it takes more brain power than I want to be using. And I think that's why I'm looking for or trying to do some kind of method, because I want to free up some brain processes and not use up so many of those resources. He caught a physical cue. I just find it interesting that he even has an opinion on which way your 10th stitch goes. Like that he looks close enough to have an opinion. I mean, that's kind of cool. Mm. Oh, she did say that he does art. That's true. Good point, Joyce. You just hit 70% full cross on black, 25 count on rainbow sample. Ooh, I like that one. I like that chart that you're working on. Hope to have it done by February. February is a good time to get things done. My birthday's in February. Are you doing the specialty stitch version? I love that, Tracy. I love that he's involved. Okay, where are we at? 471 stitches. Okay, so if I were going to do this from the right side of the page, that might be a weird thing to try to do, but let's just see. And if I want, what? Pattern Keeper's had some updates since I've been in here. All right, diagonal lines. I want it to be upper left, lower right. Oh man, that looks funny. I've never put diagonals up on my page that way. Okay. My husband is my biggest fan. He watches all my costumes in full, including my daily ones for Flossmas. That's so sweet. I love it. Just the full crushed. Okay. The chatelaines are beautiful, but yeah, there's a lot of specialties in there. I want to do both of the. I want to do the rainbow sampler after I finish the twisted band sampler. I want to do both of them on black fabric. I've got the twisted band one going on. It's black fabric. 70% is fun. Are your diagonals getting shorter now? I don't know at what point the diagonals start getting shorter though. They are two different patterns. Let's see. Oh, I've got my tablet right here. That's not gonna help you. This one is the Twisted Band sampler. I don't have the other one, so I don't have a picture of it readily available. But they are similar. Using the dinky dies. That's fun. The diagonals are getting shorter. I love it when the diagonals start getting shorter because it starts feeling like the pull to the finish. I love the way the colors pop on black, which is why I'm doing it on black. But I do have a light pad front so that it shines behind it. Okay, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. We're right here. Yes. Butterflies and flowers in the bands for the rainbow sampler. I just love how they're similar, but like not the exact same, and I like it. Okay, so for here's a question. Oh, I'm sorry about MS. Yeah, if you're trying to get in these harder ones before like your eyesight is like even worse, that would be really hard. I'm sorry. Okay, so 10 stitching on the diagonal, question. Are you parking on it? Or when you get to the bottom of the diagonal, are you ending your thread? Because if here's the end, what do I do with my thread now? Switching diagonals like this has my mind like trying to flip everything, but like it's not doing that very well. Like I could easily just park it up here at the next one. What do I do? Somebody tell me. What I'm going to do for right now is park it right here. Are you parking in the next diagonal and then are you working the next diagonal going up and then down and then up? Like, are you snaking through it? Or are you jumping back to the top? Or are you parking in, or are you parking down? There's so many ways that you can work through diagonal that That makes this conversation a very challenging one. Because I do know that there are people who work in the diagonal, but they only work like in one spot and then they park down and so that their threads are always moving downwards, but they're working stitching in the diagonal. I'm just gonna have to try this. We're just gonna have to see how it goes. Of course, I have all of these stitches here, so it might not, but I just need to break it down somehow. That's the thing. I just need to break it down. Oops. I just unthreaded my needle. You park to the okay. So you park to the right, which would help with lines in that way too. Okay. Maybe I'll just randomly park and, controlled chaos. Very carefully control chaos. Need 20 more stitches. Of course, it's going to go slower now that I'm like, start all the thread. What am I looking for? 30, 33. Okay, here's the next question. Oh, I only asked 3 questions. That's crazy. Hi, Jen! And you didn't think you'd get here tonight. I have 20 more stitches to do, and I'm lots of distractions. Oh, now I do have to be careful, because now both of you Jens are here. That doesn't always happen. Okay. Would you rather be able to talk with the animals or speak all the foreign languages? Animals or the foreign languages? I mean, I think animals would be cool, but languages would probably be more beneficial. Who's distracting? What? Oh, there's been some very prime moments of extra thinking tonight. It's been great. I think the fantasy girl inside my heart wants to talk to animals. But the human, like, reality side says languages would probably be the better choice. You don't want to know what the Chihuahua puppies are thinking. Eventually, they won't be puppies anymore, right? Yes, and yes, I do have a stamped kit from Alara. It will go back to Alara eventually. Um, I work on it. I work on it in times when I need to have something to do, but my brain won't grasp life. I've used the stamped kit especially what hey Case. I used the stamped kit I have used it in stores while my daughter's been shopping, but I will also use it if I'm sleeping very, very poorly and waking up completely unrested. Um, I use the stamped kit to try to help manage my frustration because I get very frustrated at times like that. We can pair up a language person with an animal person, then we know everything. Cool. I'll be an animal person then. There's already interpreters for human languages. That's true. You took that as permission and bought one for yourself? uh, yes, Catherine. I will often do crochet for that same thing too. But cross stitch sometimes is a little more portable. I did have somebody suggest, I get Dimensions has some stamped kits. Oh, I already started my thread on this one. But I've never tried one. So there's that. Somebody else also said that you can get custom stamped kits so you can make sure that your picture, if like you weren't dealing with copyright problems with something like that. Hey, Angie, look at you late nighters. I mean, I guess it's not late night for you guys. For Case and Angie, both of you are, it is not past 10 o'clock for you guys. For those of you who want to talk to animals and you like to read fantasy, then Briar Rose. There's a Sleeping Beauty story by Robin McKinley called, I will tell you what it's called. Spindle's End. No, I don't. Yeah, it's called Spindle's End. That's what the cover looks like. That blurry thing right there. She talks to animals. It's not like a huge main focus, but it is an aspect of it. The animal person could be the best vet. You had a stitching crisis earlier, and Alara had to talk you through it. Stitchy friends are the best. You're heading home from seeing a 5-mile drive through Christmas lights show. Oh, that's fun. Did it have like the music playing and everything? Because that would be fun. Oh, that's good planning. To have those kind of kits, the printed kits. I haven't tried them yet. I didn't even think about those kind of brands. Yeah. So, well, that's fun that you got to see Christmas lights. It's gonna be midnight before I get these last 16 stitches in, y'all. You thought you bought Once Upon a Time as Max Color, but you also bought AS. What's AS? Oh, wow. A 2.5-hour drive? It's after 10. This is like my bedtime, so we're definitely in, like, my brain has kind of shut down. Bought fabric and frame for super size and floss for regular size. Oops. Oh. Something doesn't match up there. I find something very humorous that I started this stitching session by stitching in parked threads, and here I am parking more threads. AS probably stands for Amy Stewart in that case. Because there's probably another chart also titled the same thing, and so they'll use the initials to differentiate them. You'll see it on some other charts too. It's your January 1st start. If you get the chart that you need. My New year, new start is going to be not a full coverage. Okay, honestly, a pattern that's as busy as a bookshelf, as an Amy Stewart bookshelf, the dye lots are less of a problem. Because when you use, the colors are so spread out. The mystery full coverage from the Cross Stitch Studio, the garden one. Is there another one? Angie, not a full coverage. I start other things that aren't full coverage. It's true. I like that I have a variety in my stitching. I love full coverage too. I just don't want that to be my new year, new start. It's going to be something from The Year in the Woods. Which one from The Year in the Woods is a good question. I'm not sure which one. I actually think I still need to order the reindeer. I don't think I have the reindeer one. We should vote. You could vote. What did I do? Why do I have a park? Oh, what? I like stitched in a. Okay, I got it. Crisis averted. We're good. We all good. That's the problem with park threads, is they hang everywhere. You are welcome to vote, and I will take it under advisement. I'm not starting all of them in Mania. I conveniently forgot that idea, Angie. There you go, talking to the truth, Tracy. I am doing them seasonally. So I have the fabric for each season, and I will stitch each season together. What I haven't decided is if I'm going to do the same layout that they suggest in that way, or if I will take a look and see if I want each season's 3 to be in a different order. But I've been looking forward to starting that, well, to stitching them. And now that Calendar Girls is finished, I feel like I totally can on January 1st. My temperature library is going to be done. That one only has December left. It is 100% done otherwise. That's very exciting, and I'll get one more finish before the end of the year. I have 8 more stitches, everybody. Y'all keep distracting me, though. And I am going to use the fancy floss. I am. Because I'm an extra person like that. You're going to do them on one big piece, different order. Have you decided on your order yet? I just haven't looked at it yet because January 1st still feels... There's too many things for me to do before January 1st. So... Oh, the temperature butterflies is a fun one. You know, starting it as a stitch 30 got me doing it. Like, making sure that I gave it time. The problem then being that you're gonna be in trouble for extra forever. I'm extra in some ways. It's all good. Oh man. Alicia, the party is going on for like 8 more stitches, which could take me like 30 minutes at this rate. Okay, so stitch 30 daily is basically just having a project that you work on for 30 minutes a day. That's the basic idea. So from encouragement from Angie, I had been working on my temperature library as a stitch 30. But then I very quickly realized, like, a plan formulated in my brain, and then I had to work on the plan, and then I realized I could get it done by the end of the year, so it became a stitch daily piece, just not only for 30 minutes. Except now I'm not going to work on it until after Christmas, so there's that. I love how many of us have the year in the woods. It's so fun. And I've been watching, anytime I see somebody post about it or show it in a floss tube, it doesn't matter which one they're showing. I'm like, I can't wait. I cannot wait. I kind of don't want to start with the fox because so many people have started with the fox. I kind of want to start with something like the ferret because you don't really see that. You don't see the that one, yeah. Tracy, I did the same thing. I stitched for where I lived, not when I traveled. Ferret. See? Like, how many times do you see the ferret being stitched up? But, like, it's adorable. They're all adorable. Oh my gosh, look, I haven't even put in a stitch. The reindeer is one that I was thinking of starting with. I don't know. I have not taken a look. Well, I know Alicia started it, but like you're the one that encouraged me to do the thing. Okay, look. I will say, setting up this diagonal and stuff, I feel like the swans don't fit. Jen, do swans live in the woods? I don't know. The swans don't really fit. I like them. They're not my favorite. The raccoon's cute. That's okay. You don't have to stitch all of them. I want to. I really like a lot of the cottage garden sampling projects. They're doing snowmen. This next series is snowmen. These last few stitches are running up all time. It's true. I haven't look. There's one. One stitch. That's the problem. You guys are talking too much. I can't stitch. What? I love the bear, like how he's holding his toes is so cute. Um, so when you guys first started talking, Alicia and Angie, when you guys first started talking about like the Stitch Daily 30 thing, um, I knew I had heard it somewhere before, and it's Handwork Maniacs. Brenda's channel is where I first heard it, and but I don't remember if she started it or if it was just an idea that she found somewhere else. So, y'all aren't helping. You're voting for like all the different things. The beaver. Ah. The only one I'm missing is reindeer right now. I don't have all the fancy floss, but since you don't have to start with the fancy floss, I could really start with any of them. They only have one snowman released right now. Only one? Everyone's so talkative right now. Okay. Yeah. I mean, Facebook groups, they kind of come and go a lot. Isn't a summer snowman called a puddle? Not if you're Olaf. You just need your own private cloud. Cottage garden samplings. That's their first snowman that they released. He's a sewing snowman. And that there's sneak peeks for all of them. That one's got a turkey. I think that's a pumpkin. Some of it, I don't know what you can't really tell what all of them are going to be, but that one looks like it's wheat. Like a scarecrow. I bet you that one's a scarecrow. That one looks cute. Now I'm looking at their Year in the Woods. See, there's the fairy. He's so cute. I love his big yellow flowers. I really like the colors in the woodpecker. Fall's not usually like my favorite, but I really like they have pink trees. It's so cool. Oh gosh, y'all, okay. You're thinking of fixing the bat right off the bat. And when you fix the bat, you're going to send me the bat, right? Okay, so Jen and Jessica are both members of the Stitch one. You do have swans in the woods if you have large enough body. Okay. Then I'm okay with it. I do like it. It feels I like the pine cones in the, whatever it's called, the swans one. I'm excited. I don't know where I am. Y'all are distracting me. Oh, I just stitched outside the diagonal because it was close and I forgot that's what I was doing. Oops. That's okay. The points don't matter anyway. The cold never bothered me anyway, which is a complete lie for me. The cold always bothers me. It's funny how some distance makes everything seem small. And the fears that once controlled me can't get to me at all. Y'all, that's 499 stitches. It's time to see what I can do. No right, no wrong, no rules for me. I'm free. Let it go. Yeah, I think we're definitely going to need more like Saturday night stitching sessions in the 2023. I love the Friday morning ones too, but I love that we can get other people at different times. It's time to see what I can do to test the limits and break through. No right, no wrong, no rules for me. I'm free. Now my puppy wants to come in my room because she wants to go to sleep. Let it go, let it go. I'll rise like the break of dawn. Let it go, let it go. The perfect girl is gone. Talk with me while we all start. I do really well stitching and chatting. I'm honestly surprised that, I mean, we are at 3.5 hours and I'm at 499 stitches. That's not bad, actually, for what I thought it would be. I feel like at this point, anybody who joins my lives probably knows what they're getting into. Let it go, let it go. Yep. I don't even know how that song started. Like, where did we get that one? One of your cats has passed out on you. What is back here? What is this? Suki. I don't know where it is. I don't know where it came from. I have a loop right here. See if I can figure that out. Oh, I think I know what this one is. Okay. I am not going to try to fix that. What I am going to do is try to tack it down. Oops, I split the thread already and I needed to not split the thread. I'm gonna figure this out. Y'all, I can see your chats going through and I'm trying to ignore it while I figure this out. I'm literally tacking down this like big loopy thingy that I found back here. Because I'm not figuring that out. Okay. Sent me a picture because she is hooked up. Angie's put in three stitches, Angie. Good job. Happy birthday to your oldest Case. And your youngest Angie. You're suggesting don't look at the back. I spy a Mill Hill. Aw, look at the kitty. So sweet. Is that Vader? Because he's all black. My oldest is 13. My only is 13. And her birthday was on Monday. Everyone's birthday is happening right now. Well, all the kids, anyway. You color completed by accident. Oh, man. Jen, our kiddos share the birthday, right? On the 12th? We had this conversation, didn't we? There's so many December birthdays here. Yeah. I remember that we had that conversation. My niece's birthday is Christmas Eve. Okay, another bonus for parked threads in this madhouse of a piece is that they are little guiding stars for where I'm supposed to stitch. So there's a bonus. We were all celebrating the ice of March, apparently. You're not the oldest person who's been here, Jen. I don't I don't know if they're all here though. Joyce was on. She said she's 72. Spring fever, spring break. Jen, birthday month buddies. Just hanging out, doing the thing. Tracy's 56. See? I still surprise people that I'm in my 30s, so. Joyce, you are still here. Your youngest is older than most of them. Look, I reached 505 stitches on this. Does it look like I did anything? Oh, what does my picture look like from last time? You're 12, Alicia. What was I looking up? Oh, my last time. This is probably the most ineffective way for me to look at when I last stitched on this thing. Stitch Pal. We aren't talking about maturity levels. Oh man. I haven't worked on this since Stitch Mania. I'm trying to find my bigger picture. July, here's June. Oh, in June I made my Learn About 10th Stitch video. Okay. I mean, does it look like I did anything? Instead of hanging threads here, they're now over here. I did 500 stitches in through here. Oh man. Okay. Picture. I need my Christmassy camel in the picture. He's so cute. He's gonna steal the show from the stitching. You can see a stitching? Good. I mean a difference. Wow, my word. I always have the benefit of not having to type in order to talk. So that's always a benefit. 3.94%. Today is the 17th of December. No, this is not Queen of the Night. This is Father Christmas with, wow, Suki. Max color. I can't even like make my, okay. Oh, what are my colors for this one? This one. Saved. And lots and lots of confetti. It's true. Oh, sorry. I just totally hit the camera. I'm always surprised at how many people, especially on my Friday morning lives, there's a lot of you guys who watch while you're at work. So it's not, I guess I'm just providing a space for this to be whatever it needs to be. Okay, the story of this needle minder is that it's a Christmas present that I just got today. And the gifter told me to open my presents today. This is the other part of the present. It's purple, in case you didn't know, and it's sparkly. So this is basically me. Anyway, I can tell you on my next floss tube video, because like they were gifts, but I have their business cards. Um, 505 stitches. Yes. No worries. I have a 24 stitches a day average on this thing. No big deal. I don't look at that too closely. Post. Oh, I didn't pull up my information. I cried. Like I cried opening these gifts. Absolutely. There's a lot of meaning behind these gifts. Yeah. Guys, I'm looking and I don't even know what I'm looking for. Father Christmas with toys right here. It's like my brain has shut down. It's like, why are you still up? Why are you still trying to function? Like, I don't know. I don't know why I'm functioning. I don't know. How should I caption this? Oh, what did you say earlier, Alicia? I should title my lives Talk to Me While You Stare at My Stitching. Okay, so one thing that I did was to actually schedule on YouTube that this live was happening. I will endeavor to do that in the future. But I don't know, since next weekend is Christmas, I probably will not do another live until I can do it between Christmas and New Year sometime. And I will have a lot more evenings that week than I normally do, because no dance classes. I guess I'll have daytimes too, not just evenings, but I'll have a lot more flexibility. Because just one more stitch. Yes, because I scheduled it, you can click that like notify me, and I think that that's really helpful for people to know, to have that. So thanks for being here. I'm so glad. I'm really glad to be able to put in this time slot for so many other people. I'm trying to think of what other tags I use. I don't even know. All of this is accurate. We're good. We're gonna post it. You can tell, here's my camera. It's like right there. There's my face. I have a face. You just don't see it that often. Okay. Now that this is posted, what I want to do, because this is all me. Yeah, that's crazy looking. Oh, I didn't even post my last one with the tag. That's rude of me. I was like gonna look at a comparison, but you can't see. That's okay. Look at it! It's all speckly. It's all speckly. Okay. I am. Look, we only made it through 4 of these would you rather questions, so those are definitely coming out again. Okay. I am so glad that you guys joined me, everyone. This is 4 hours long. That's nuts. That's crazy. But thank you all for joining me, and I hope you guys have a good night or day or whatever it is for you at this point. And I don't know if, like, happy holidays, because I don't know if I'll be around again until after Christmas. So, dose up with NyQuil. Yep. Get healthy, everybody. Okay? Or stay healthy if you've managed to stay healthy. So, much love, everybody. Bye.